Hey, Fox here. So I want to show some gameplay of the team in action with Dan Marino, Kelvin Johnson, Edelman. We got the running backs aren't new. Clark is new to the roster. You guys saw the lineup update that I did a whole thing. Check it out a couple vids back. We also did a golden ticket video you saw. So I explained kind of my roster choices, what I'm testing out, what I'm getting for reviews, and all that jazz. Unfortunately, so I played a couple other games with this team, but my computer, for some reason, screwed up the footage on them. I'm still not completely set up here. I think I finally got the internet situation set up and ready to go, but let's talk a little bit. I got a little bit of agenda to get through in such a quick video. The next promo, I think Memorial Day or maybe movers we've all been asking for. You know, Memorial Day is, they didn't do one last year because they said the year before we gave them a lot of criticism for taking advantage of the holiday. So I'm not too confident we'll get one again this year because they don't want to, you know, I don't know, monetize that holiday. So don't expect much for Memorial Day. Be pleasantly surprised if we get anything or don't, depending on what you believe we should get from Memorial Day. All right, so he's induced close, and this guy's playing basically the meta from October-ish, I think. Deuce close on O, and then you'll see cover 4 on D. So it's interesting, like, how it's evolved. Like, yeah, sure, he's driven me a couple times using that tight end angle, but I've basically got a defense for it. So, you know, we don't have a pass rush yet, though, so he's staying in the pocket very nicely with Mr. Mike Vick and then scrambling if he can get out of that. If that didn't bump against his lineman, like, that's one of the reasons I guess Gunslinger is good for him. He would have thrown a pick if that wouldn't have bounced off his lineman because I was right there for the pick. Anyways, so when Rex came on the podcast, you know, former designer, he said, you know, we just needed halfback wham, deuce close defense. We need to lab it up, and it's true. I mean, once we ended up labbing out cover 4 and the one-play touchdowns for it, which we thought was just degenerative back in October, it's like, this is easy mode now. This game, like, if they keep calling the same thing, if they call tight end angle, we now have a defense. It's cover 4 pressed, and I like to show blitz, too, to bring my safeties down for wham defense, and then I shoot through, although I've been exposed on wham, but if they're able to out-juke my user on the hit stick, they can run for like 60 yards. They can run for 80 yards. They can run for 99 yards. Because if they outstick that, I unfortunately missed the hit stick, and there's nobody else left there. But I get through cleanly every time with my setup. So, anyways, moving on. So, how's the team playing? Phenomenal for me. But like one game, I think it was like I was up like 57-10 or something on one game in weekend league. The other one I had to quit because I realized how bad the footage was. I think I was like down 3 or something. But the guy. I'm going to give reviews of all these cards here. The Marino, that Kelvin right there, scoring that touchdown beautifully for me. So that's to come. Golden tickets, we've seen confirmed so far, at least from a post that I've seen. There's a couple on Reddit. We've seen Sony Michel, Colin Kaepernick, Ingram, Fuller, Kyle Fuller, Bears, Russell Wilson, Mitchell Trubisky. Now, these are all up in the air. We obviously, nothing will be confirmed until we see them actually out in-game. I don't know if I'll be able to get a leak of those this year like I was able to last year and provide you guys with a nice little list of those golden tickets that were coming to the game based on my information. So, those are the 6 that we've seen so far. We'll see if it gets upgraded here to come as we get a little user pick there on 4th down. I guess the worst down to get a user pick on because we want those picks earlier, and just incompletions will work fine on 4th down for us. So a lot of stuff going on in the game right now. The gameplay here, Kelvin, like you're just calling cover 2 in your baseline. If you call cover 2, you're gonna have to keep a guy to jam that outside receiver in a cover 2, or else you're going to get exploded on the sidelines. Like, that's just the way the game plays right now with that fade to tall receivers. Like, Carmichael's the best at it, but Kelvin isn't in a slouch either. So we're just kind of like tearing them apart through the air. There was 2 Kelvin touchdowns, Dan Marino chucking it to him. There's Rod Woodson making a play from that 46 speed package that we love to run so much still out of the Bengals. We're trying to loop in blitz. He got it, knock it down. We got the pick. Taylor, like, we're just playing glitchy, this team. Well job, team. That's the quick video for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on all that we discussed. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow.